This week's video is a comparison of the three roses that I have that are related to the Abraham Darby. Obviously, Abraham Darby, which is this rose, put out by David Austin in the 80s. It's an apricot blend. It will go from pink. Actually, when it gets really hot, it can fade out to white. We had a 100+ degree heat index for a week last week, and the flowers had faded to completely white. But it'll go to pink, to like an apricot color, to a really dark apricot orangey color. And it has some yellow on the buds. Let's go here. You can see the yellow on the back side of the buds. This is a better bud to look at for that. This is a darker color than the first rose that I was showing you. Here's a bud that's not as fully open, and another one plus this one. Next to in my garden at least, next to it is William Morris, and here is one of its bud. You can see it's considerably pinker than Abraham Darby's. I don't have any open flowers as of yet. This is the most one, or not as of yet, but I guess right now this is the most one. There's the yellow from the similar to Abraham Darby. There's a more open bud. The foliage of Abraham Darby and William Morris is quite similar, actually. But I'd say that the buds are definitely, with William Morris, the buds are definitely smaller. If you look at that, barely showing some pink. This one showing a lighter color, but it's considerably darker. Here's my thumb in comparison, or I'm sorry, not considerably darker, considerably bigger. There's a thumb size in comparison. For me at least, I have found that William Morris's petals are much more pointed than Abraham Darby. I'd say Abraham Darby is considerably more rounded. I also find that Abraham Darby is more fragrant. In my garden at least, they are generally not disease prone. I know some places have it, some don't. But for me, for the most part, I would say both are pretty healthy. The other rose that I grow that is related to Abraham Darby is Marianne, which is a hybrid Gallica by Paul Barden. Marianne is a once blooming rose in the spring. This rose can get big. I've got two of them, and one of them is probably 10 to 12 feet tall by 10 to 12 feet wide. The other one is 8 by 8. So give it room. It has interesting colors. Oftentimes it's white with some like peachy cream in the center, but sometimes there's orange. This picture is actually showing that orange flower on the far left is actually part of Marianne and goes across the entire width of that bed. A great rose. If you're able to get it, I would highly recommend getting this rose. So in short, I would say that Abraham Darby probably has, at least for me, has the widest range of colors. William Morris is more of the pink range, whereas Marianne has like a cream apricotish range color. But thank you for watching the video, and thank you for your time.